And here I am, here, I think. Every time it does this, I just can't get myself on. Um, oh, do you know what? I always do it, don't I? I'm sorry about this. Really, just give me a minute because I haven't a clue. Really. There's only two things there, it says. Let's see. There I am. It's very difficult, pressing little buttons and things. But anyway, here I am. It's Friday night, start of the weekend. It started the football season. So we're all looking forward to that, I think. Some of us are, anyway. But anyway, it's, again, it's what we, excuse me, I'm not half uncomfortable, I really am very uncomfortable. Sorry about this. Let's see, TW. Evening, Frank. Evening, T. Good to see you. And T carries on by saying, like, share, hype, and subscribe for our Frank, please. Thank you. Thank you so much. My old mate, Steve Mulholland. Good evening, Frank. I was at a gig last night in the Jacaranda Club, Slater Street. Well, that's nice, isn't it? You missed a great show last night. It was a free-for-all. And we had Andy Burnham on. And everybody ridiculed him. Stephen, everybody ridiculed him. Andy, who hasn't a clue, to be honest. Hasn't a clue. So he got ridiculed by all the chatters. So you missed it last night. Incredible it was. Tried to get Boris Johnson on as well, but the score with him. He doesn't like Scousers. Doesn't like Liverpool. And he said, I don't care who this Carlyle fella is, I'm not coming on. But Andy did. Andy Burnham. He thought that, because we're a big Labour. I don't know whether we're Labour now, but City. He says, yeah, come on. He thought he'd get a lot of stuff, and he thought we'll all be great to him. And, oh, you're doing great there, Andy. Made up that you're a Prime Minister. Made up. But he got his eye wiped. He got his eye wiped. And the Wood says, good evening, Frank. Hello, campus. Viva la revolution. Even my boat is being affected by the stupid orange. Make this up. Good evening, John Franco, says Mr. B. And chat. Of course, our chat. Got an itchy, terrible itchy nose, And I haven't had it for ages. It's come back to me. It's come back to haunt me. Want to say to Franco, hello, everyone. Hope you're all well, says the lovely Bella. It's our lovely Italian lady. Mr. B. Going to a few gigs myself in the next few weeks, says the Woodman. So what's going berserk here? Going to gigs. going to see the Levellers, Pulp, and Pink Floyd tribute band. That Francine actually went to see Pink Floyd, you know, the normal band. I know someone who's seen the tribute band, and they said they're brilliant. They said they're absolutely brilliant. So you're getting the best of two worlds, to be honest. Mother, should I trust the government? Exactly. Or as they say, yeah, exactly. Oh, lovely Myra. Hi, Frank and friends. Hey, Myra. Ah, it's lovely Myra. And Myra's very political. She loves Trump. She's a MAGA. Albeit she lives in South Africa. But it's make Africa great again, but there you see. That's why she's a MAGA. And JJ. Holly from Red Dwarf. Holly from Red Dwarf. Right. Holly from Red Dwarf. Hi, Stephen Holland. Says lovely Myra. I'd say. I'm at it. Excuse me. Mother, should I run for? That was mad, that Red Dwarf, though, wasn't it? I've been watching a series of some lad named Sergei in Russia. And he goes to rural villages. You want to see the way some people live there. But him, he's unbelievable. Try and get it on YouTube and just see what I'm talking about. Vasaya in the hay, it's called. Vasaya in the hay. It's Vasaya is spelled Vasya. Vasaya. It's absolutely incredible. It really is. What that lad does. Tragedy. There's a beautiful girl and a mother. And, you know, you see them at first, and, you know, they've got the dad there. And they've got this, like, little patch of vegetables. And they've got a dog. Now, the lady, she's a dwarf. And the girl, unfortunately, her daughter has got her genes. So she's small as well. But she's so bright and so lovely and so sweet. And I read comments. That's what I do. I even read your comments. You know, if I get any clue, I always, when I used to do which I'll be doing in the game in the near future, you know, recorded ones, and I always read them, I always replied. And you know that because you'd have questioned, you know, you'd have commenters that have always answered the comments. And I do the live ones, even some on air, you know, comments rather than on the live show. So anyway, I read the comments, and I was reading these the Sergei's comments, God blimey, and they've got a dog, and people, you know, they're English or American or whatever, And they comment, and some of them were commenting about the dog. They have a dog, and it's got a kennel, but it's tied up. You know, it's they can't. You've got to see that where they live, and there's no way that that dog could live in the house. No way. Or where they live, I wouldn't even call it a house. And people are saying, "Oh, what about the poor dog? All chained up and I don't think the brain. It mustn't. The brain cell because they've only got one brain cell or half a brain cell. It must have hit the sides to tell them that if that dog was off the leash, it'll just ruin the little vegetable patch that feeds them. It'll just ruin it. And one comment, I don't comment on it, but one comment says, it's a dog. Behave yourself. These are human beings. Just having a clue. Some people. And Stephen says, are you married? And JJ. Hello, Frank and all. Hiya, JJ. That is Jeff, the old mate. Jeff Ellis. He's made up that the season starts. Big red. I don't go on Facebook, Jeff, if you're still with us. And I know I don't know whether you'd be worried about the lack of silence and some podcasters, saying, we're going to, remember Diamandi for weeks and back all it out your weeks. Now it's Minter of clickbaits. Hiya, Frank, hiya, Jeff. And Bella says, hi, Miley. And Maggie Young. Hi there, Frank and everyone. Hiya, Maggie. Hi, Bella, says lovely Miley. She's lovely, Miley, She just lets on to everybody. I'd say. And JJ says, the leveler takes me back. Does it now? The leveler. I watched a film and do you know the way you think, is this a comedy or what? Honestly. I'll tell you who's in it. Anne Hathaway and Ewan McGregor. Now, Ewan McGregor's made some great films and he's a good actor. So is Anne Hathaway, to be honest. But anyway, it's about just an ordinary family living in an ordinary town in a nice little neighbourhood, middle-class neighbourhood. And, to earn extra money, I know this sounds daft, but to earn extra money, he delivers pizzas. The dad, Ewan McGregor, they've got two kids, boy and a girl, and he delivers pizzas. So anyway, you see him driving up the driveway, and it's night, and he's undoing the pizza delivery thing, the top of it. And the lad says, well, why don't you just leave it on? He said, it embarrasses your mother what I'm doing. It's called The End of Oakvale or something like that. Oak Boulevard. But anyway, it's a new film. If you want to watch it, watch it. As I said, I don't know whether it's a comedy or a serious thriller. mystery, whatever. I just don't know. #97, thank you, Mr. B. And you'll never walk alone. Thank you, Mr. B. We'll never forget the 97. And Phil. Hello, Frank and chat. How you, Phil? How you, Phil, mate? And JJ says, the square of you on the screen. Still don't get what you're saying. Honestly. And the lovely Myra says, Frank, Monday the 24th is yes, it's my surgery. I go in Monday. And you know what, Myra? The 24th of August always reminds me of going away. I always went away on the 24th. For a couple of weeks. Always went to Italy, I'm being honest. And before I went back to work, which was in September, back to university and night colleges. So we always went away, but this is a totally different 24th of August for me. Oh, sorry there, I never finished yet. We're all thinking about you. Yes, thank you. I know that, Myra. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you. Thank you. It's a very serious one, you know. I don't know how long I'll be away for. I just don't know how long. Mother, will they put me in the firing line? Come on, JJ. Come on, mate. Excuse me. And the woman says, I watched a Russian fireman on YouTube how to deal with wildfires. He did something crazy to deal with the fire. He used a hose with water and put it out. Those Russians with their crazy ideas. And the Americans use helicopters. I feel sorry for the firemen all over the world with these fire things, you know. It's a very dangerous job, but mostly I feel sorry for the animals, the wild animals, nature. It's shocking. And you know, if you ever see a film called Knowing, you'll see what I mean. There's a scene, a little scene in it, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. Knowing, Nicolas Cage. I think it's a cracking film. It really is. Telling you now. But it's like it's a sort of a film that's a warning. A warning. Up you get sort of, Frank says, the lovely little Linda. I was going to ring you, Lindsay, but I had a sausage sandwich and I fell asleep. I always fall asleep. It's the diabetes. Every time I have something to eat, I fall asleep. And Lindsay says, evening, Myra, Bella, hope you're well. See, she only lets on to the girls. And Barry says, evening, Frank and everyone. Me and my two brothers went to see my last living auntie an uncle, and my uncle Harold spoke about how he spent 30 years on the docks. Yeah, it was a job for families, wasn't it, really? I knew a few who worked on the docks, and their sons, they got the jobs, and so it was a family thing, the dockers. And see, so it's that next Monday. I will miss the Frank Carlyle pods for sure. Here's to a speedy recovery, legend. Thank you. Yeah, it's Monday. It's Monday. And honestly, I was talking to them today, and I don't know how long they're going to be. And I thought it was only going to be in for like 48 hours at least. So I said, what's her brains? And he said, toiletries. I said, okay. And pajamas. I said, okay. And I said, well, how many pajamas should I bring? But anyway, she says, for a little stay, she said. So it's not like 2 days or anything. I think it's longer. I said, well, how long will I be staying in? She said, I just don't know. Because it's and I didn't want to hear that. And she said, it's a very serious operation. She said, I just don't know. So, that's it. Thank you, T. Thank you. Tyler Jones. Hi, Frank. Have a good weekend. Good to see you. Same as you, Tyler Jones. Thank you, Tyler. You have a great weekend. Let's hope that the weather stays good. Let's just hope for you. I can't move, but I just hope everyone. Do you know what? As I said, I used to go away, and I had a neighbour once, and I was talking to him one day, and he was going away. This was like in the June or July. He said, I'm going away Friday. I said, oh, that's great, that. He said, and I hope it pisses down here. I said, what for? He said, because when I go away, I want it to be raining and really bad and cold. And I said, why? I said, people are here. People are not going away. People can't afford to go away. They have to try and go out and do a bit of shopping. And you're wanting them to get soaking wet going to shop or going to visit someone, walking to the relative or walking to see someone or whatever. And you're wanting it to, and he just said, yeah. So I thought, you prick. And it didn't. I'll never forget that. It was a lovely day. And they were going, and I got home from work, and they were going like tea time. And I just drove up, got up my car, and and I'm just standing there like that, pointing at the sun, pointing at the sun. I was. Must I say, there's your fucking rain. Some people. And Barry says, it was like listening to you. I told him a few facts about Liverpool you had taught me and how much I'd learned from you, more so than school. Thank you. Thank you, Barry. And Stephen Hollins says, another TV drama being filmed in Liverpool based on the story The Spy came in from Oakaway. Well, that'll be Russia, though. And it'll be the likes of the outside, the exterior of St. George's Hall, and the usual sessions house, the library, all around all around William Brown Street. That'll be all the likes of Russia, the spy who came in from the cold. I tell you, I loved that film. It was a black and white film for authenticity, during the Cold War. Richard the Bait, great. And also Claire Bloom, great film. The spy who came in from the cold. I'll be interested to see who's like playing the lead parts. Be great to see who's playing the. If you know who's playing the lead parts, put us up. Put us up. Let me know. If you know, that is. Stephen Cochran. Good evening, Frank and fellow chatters. So fuck Prince Harry and his miss on their return to England from America, because she's been humiliated in America. That's why that Merkel won. Remember when I said the biggest snob in England was the Queen Mother? But seeing that she's back, she's the biggest snob ever there. I don't know. These Americans think that there's somebody. It's like I had a mate who used to come and see me, and he was a security fella. And he was telling me about Diana Ross. And him and this, this other bodyguard went down, and he was standing in there. I don't know where they were fucking standing. He never said where they were, but anyway, they were in a hotel. And this big black fella, the size of big monster he was, came up to them and he went, "Are you the security?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, when Miss Ross comes in, don't look at her. Put your head down. Put your heads down." To these two security. And they said, "You what?" I said, "Put your heads down." She doesn't like anybody looking at her in the face. I can't tell you on here what they said. And the bodyguard, "Oh, okay, but I'm sorry. Can't tell you on here what they said. And that's what they like, and that's what she does. She told the servants when not in America, but here, "Don't look at me. Don't talk to me. Have your heads down if I walk into a room." That's what Americans are like. Tell you who else was like that Myra Carey, is it? You wouldn't think so, would you? Jeez, yeah. It's Pink Floyd. Someone else started it. Do you know what, JJ? That's like being at school. Do you know when you do something and the teacher turns and looks at you, and you go, "Wasn't me, it was him. Albeit it was you, it was him." Get the blame. Big fight outside then. It's Pink Floyd. Someone else started. The one started it. Look at it. The one started it. Oh, you make these things up. And Steve Mulholland, Harry and Meghan coming back to Britain. Can they play as a defence midfield? Defence midfielder. Oh, hang on a sec. Sorry, I just forgot to do something, and you'll understand why. Just completely forgot. Won't be 1 second. Well, wait. More than one. I have to hobble. Sorry, good people. Had to do something, which was very important. Forgot. Yeah, Harry and Meghan. And they called Charles for everything, didn't they? Lawless sausage sandwich. That's what he had. Sausage. I asked if he remembered my granddad, his father had. Says Barry. Missed my dad's wedding. He replied he missed theirs too because he was out at sea. This is a shame, like, you know. And Steve Gallagher. I'm hoping all goes well in your operation next week. Fingers crossed. It's a success. Frank, peace out. Thank you. Thank you. And Lindsay says, Frank, get Jason to show your old videos in full on days you will. Okay, you won't be like, okay. That's an idea. With a little update. That's a great idea, that, Len. Yeah. Well done, Len. Great idea. With a little update. And there's a big up, Frank. Good luck. I'll keep looking out on your channel. Is Jason going to post about the up? Because I know if you have a channel, you can post about updates. Yeah, and I'll be using my phone as well. You know, while I'm in Aussie, recuperating or whatever. You know, sending messages out. But I won't send them out on Facebook. What is being filmed is for the BBC. Oh, is it the spy who came in from the cold? Okay. Okay, Len. And Edward says the second season of The City is ours. Hang on, the second season of The City is Ours was filmed in the close, in the street where they grew up. Oh, go away. He says, sorry, wrong topic. And the Woodmaster says, is James Hewitt's son still asking for protection money? I wonder if, that's a good one, that, you know. I'm not talking about James Hewitt, but yeah, that's him, isn't it? Hey, come on. Hey. If he will get protection when he's over here, because it's all stopped, isn't it? Send him to live with their uncle. He will soon get sick of that pizza. Do you know, he called Charles for everything. And so did that Markle one. And she's made a fool of herself over in America. And she, you know, they said, like, listen, you know, this is a republic. It's not a monarchy. America, that is. Because of the way she was acting. As though she was Queen of America. That's it, goes to their heads. But I know for a fact that she ran off, you know, with some Arab, a billionaire. And he was looking after the kids. Him, Harry. So maybe they're trying to, or he's trying to patch their marriage up. I don't know. I'm not interested in. And I'm talking about them. Perhaps, says Maggie, perhaps Meg's over here for the Liverpool film started wanting a role in it. Because that's what she is, isn't she? Did you know she was a porn actress? Right. That's what she was. And Phil to the wood. There is a resemblance. I was in the army even back then. He was known as little orphan Annie. Oh, go away. Was he? And Ali, our Romanian friend. Good evening. Hope you're all okay, says Ali. All the way from Romania. Big up, Ali, says Edward. And Stephen says 60 million bid for Minter turns out. You can't make it up. We are just embarrassing when it comes to the transfer market. So we are going nowhere but backwards. It's a joke, says Steve McLaughlin. Yeah. Can everybody please use the caps and hit the likes, please? Says our lovely little Linda. Thank you, Linda. Well done, Linda. Wish I'd thought of that, says Barry. And Ali says, heads up, Frank. You're a good man. Everything will be okay. Thank you, Ali. It's strange, like a couple of months ago now, Ali came on here, just commenting. And at the time, the EU under von der Leyen cancelled the Romanian elections because there was a fellow by the name of Georgescu. Excuse me. I'm so itchy, you know. Georgescu, and he was going to win his hands down because he said, I'm not interested in Zelensky. All I'm interested is the Romanian people. And there's no way I'm giving him any money, Ukraine. And there's no way we're giving our arms to him either. We need our arms to protect ourselves. This is why we've got arms. And von der Leyen didn't like that because she wants everyone to like Zelensky and give him money. You know what it is, don't you? It's all money laundering. She's corrupt, that woman. And she cancelled the elections. A puppet went in. A puppet. Even in Hungary, with Viktor Orban, he was hated in the EU by all these globalists who run it. Puppets in there. Fellow named Magyar. Well, yeah. Letting all the illegals in because he closed all the borders, Viktor Orban. Wouldn't give them any money. And now he's giving them loads of money to Ukraine and open the borders. Point is, we're hungry, though. It's It's the ordinary people. It's the ordinary people. They didn't want this fella. Everything is corrupt. It really is. You know, I suppose if I wanted to run for the presidency of anywhere in Europe, I'd get in. If I said, I hate Putin, I want to give loads of money to Ukraine, I'd just get in. It's like these people who work for it in the EU, like that Kaya Kallas, you know, going for a job interview. What's your stance on Russia? I hate Russia. What's your stance on Putin? I hate Putin. You've got the job. That's it. That's your job interview. And you might think I'm being funny, but I'm not. It's true. And the woodman seems Jason can do quite a bit of stuff. Any chance you could make a piss down at night when we're all asleep? Thanks, Jace, lad. Yeah. He's a rainmaker to get your boat moved. Are you waiting for someone to come down with a bottle of champagne and, you know, let it smash on it? I named this ship, or I named this barge, and then you sail away. Goes down the slipway. Toscana. Buonasera, Franco and chatters. Hope you're all well. I heard that Meghan and Harry are leaving the USA because of him taking drugs before going to live there. 5 years prison term if he lied. I think that's why she got off, you know, with that Arab. Don't know what happened really, though. Rob McIntyre, all the best for next week, Frank. I hope all goes well and you feel loads better after it's done. Thank you, Rob McIntyre. Thank you so much, fella. Appreciate it. I really do. I really do. Thank you, Rob. Frank, if you are in for short stay, ask Jason to show a picture of a pair of PJs at the start. If you want to stay in longer, picture of 2 pairs of PJs. I've got pajama bottoms, like, but I only wear white t-shirts. That's what I lounge about. They're my pajama tops. You know, for just ordinary round-necked t-shirts, white. And Toscana says, great idea about they can put some of your films up with your updates, as we'd like to know that you're on the mend. Oh, that's lovely, Toscana, yeah. No, it's a great idea by little Linda. I'll ask Jay. Buonasera, Toscana, says Bella. The Spy, says JJ. Matthew great actor, him. He's good. I used to watch him in Spooks. A very good actor. And so Scott, wow, so Harry and Meghan want to come back to the UK, a so-called racist country. And Maggie says, porn, didn't know, yeah. Yeah. I'm not just saying it either. I can't just say things like that, can I? I wonder if she said, Keith, put your eyes down, to the stars she was acting with in those type of films. Keep your eyes down. Or was they saying to her, keep your eyes down? If you know what I mean. Yeah, Maggie. And Barry says, you might be on the telly, Frank. Channel 4 or 5 show serious operations wherever they pay those surgeons. It's not enough. I was on Channel 5, wasn't I, with about Charles Dickens. And they asked me to talk about Oliver Twist and that. And they said, we'll do an hour-long thing. I said, yeah, okay. But I was all right then. God bless me, couldn't walk. They sent for me. They said, we'd have to walk around. I said, I can't walk anywhere. So they postponed it. I never meant to me to say that. They postponed it. That's it. I don't know whether, they get back to me. I just don't. The Duchess of Sussex, Meghan, coming back to negotiate a TV deal with Netflix, says lovely Starley. Oh, go away. What's she going to do? They'd already done something, didn't they, on Netflix about their life, and it was a flop. So Netflix might be asking for the money back. You never know. You never know. Trauma Room 1, says Barry. Trauma Room 1, eh? Is that for me? And JJ to Ali. All good news here. Thanks, Hope. You're good. That nice. Maggie, have I missed some things here? Sorry, Linda. Have I missed something here? Because sometimes, some things go missing on me. And Steve says, fingers crossed we beat the Toon Army and Isak scores the winning goal to piss the Geordies off. No matter what, to be honest, Stephen, it's going to be a hard game. And the Woodmaster says, if any of you follow UFO incidents in the UK, there's one called the Pendrick incident. Only out. It's Wales, isn't it? Pendrick. Heard about that. It's only happened 10 years ago. I went there recently. Very busy skies there. Yeah, I know all about that actually. I think I mentioned that when I was doing the UFOs on one of the shows. And Tuscala, my friend Zubby was official photographer for the army when the Royals were involved. She had the misfortune of meeting Meghan. And she said she was just stuck up and horrible, to be honest. And I'm not a royal. Stuck up and horrible. Yeah. She's a nothing. She's a fucking nothing. And neither is he. Franco, what do you think about, says Bella, about it, the official Home Office guidance booklet titled Understanding Behaviours and Expectations in the UK? Is this a guidance, It's ridiculous. Understanding behaviours, you know what that's all about, don't you? You know what that's about. It depends on when this came out. If it's a recent one, last couple of years, you know what it's all about. And it's not so much behaviour, it's telling you how to behave. What to say and not what to say. That's what it's all about. It's all about control. JJ. Georgie Hadji, legend. Yes, he was. Brilliant footballer. Hadji. Good shout there, JJ. Great shout, in fact. And Ali says, you have no idea how much I hate the EU. You know, I lost everything in 2 years since their crap politics. Even if I am not a Georgescu fan, I want them to lead Romania, but it's impossible. They destroyed them. They arrested them as well, didn't they? They arrested them. Sorry, Franco, says Bella. What are you? Don't be sorry to me, Bella. Never be sorry to me, sweetheart. And Phil says, Frank, Professor Wolf, great him. Done 2 good posts today. Explains how the poor, at least 50% of Americans, are 50% of the population share 0.5% of the wealth. Most people there are skint. Yes. And people don't realise it. You know, we don't realise it. I think there's 360 million people living in America. Massive country, beautiful country, by the way. But I was watching something the other day, and it was about Sunset Boulevard. And they showed you how it was. And just a few years ago. You want to see it now. Horrible. Toscana. Ciao, Bella. Spoke to my cousin today. She wants me to go to Luke. Oh, go away for a break. No pulling to go away. I wish I could go with you, honestly. I want to see Puccini's house. But I think you said as well that he's got a villa up in Lake Garda. Big place, Lake Garda, like so. And Phil says 0.5% between 170 million. Have you seen Philadelphia? Drug addicts. And, you know, he blames South America for import. Now, the Americans import them themselves. They go into it. They come across on boats up to Florida. And they blame South Americans, like Mexicans, Colombians, Venezuelans. He's horrible, then. That Trump is horrible. Sorry about this. He's horrible. I'll tell you for why he's horrible. He said he wants the whole of the world, including China, to turn against Iran and strangle it economically. Now, only, you know, he keeps saying every day They've got no Air Force, they've got no Navy, they're finished, we've won the war. That's all he keeps saying. So if they've done all this, and the Strait of Hormuz is open, but if they've done that, or he's done that, why is he trying to strangle them economically? Why is he asking China? He calls it D-Day as well. Does he realise what D-Day is? Or was? He must think, there was a D-Day in Second World War, but how did it become D-Day? I bet he doesn't know. He's not a very bright person, you know. He's not a very bright person. And I bet you any money he doesn't know. If you said to him, if he was here now, how did D-Day get its name? Donald. Bet he wouldn't know. Well, you know how it was, because when the Allies were saying, like, we're going over, we're crossing the channel, and it was the weather, wasn't it? They were always looking at the weather in the June, and the weather was terrible that month at the beginning. So they went, okay, we'll go, and we call it, if we're going, we'll call it A-Day. And I know that you're going to laugh. No pun. B-Day. C-Day. And that was the British, really. And Montgomery said, let's just go. Let's go. So they went on the D. The letter D. 6th of June, 1944. And I bet he wouldn't know that. And he's calling it D-Day. It's not going to work. It's going to fall flat again, and especially with China. China's already told him to fuck off. Complete arsehole. And Klaus Schwab, one of the guys who was behind the EU, made an interview with the Lenin statue behind him in his office. Well, that's a joke, isn't it? That is a joke if he had Lenin behind him. And Ali to Jay, he was a great player, thank you. Adji. You're welcome. He was a pleasure to watch. Yes. Jamie, LFC. Hiya, Jamie. How's it going, Frank, mate? Me and my sister, Nan and Grandad, were watching your video about you showing off our beautiful city last night. Hope you're sound, mate. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely? Thank you. I'm going in hospital on Monday for a big operation. And there was a suggestion, so, tell your nan and granddad and your sister, by the way, Jamie, that on Monday, I'll be asking the producer to put up DVDs, because I won't be here, you see, to do the show, the history show on Monday. And little updates about me as well. So you'll be able to watch them. It goes out at 7 o'clock. But Jason's got to, he put them on. I know that. He's great, Jason. So you'll be able to watch them. Jamie, thank you for that. Thank you. You brighten me evening, put it that way. You really have. Franco, you will be deeply missed. when you go in for your op. Lindsay, I think that is a wonderful idea. There you go, Jamie. What little Lindsay Ellis said. Why don't you put on DVDs? That's Jason. Smashing. Cheers, Bella. And the Woodmaster says, Porn, I had no idea. What's it called, Frank? The film she's been in? Shaving. Behave you. I'm not fucking reading that out. But anyway, you know, do you ever remember that Debbie does Dallas? Well, it was Megan does Harry. And it's a take on when Alice, what was it? When Harry met Sally. Remember the restaurant thing? Maggie, you can co-star. Maggie. Oh, Maggie. I couldn't have tried anymore. Stephen, Prince Harry probably wants to be close to sausage fingers. Having the big C, and kids have already a place in school to start in September. Jesus. I think you're right, Stephen. I said sorry because I have trouble using caps. Well, don't use them. Don't use them if you're having trouble, Maggie, please. I couldn't have tried anymore. Oh. Wake up, Maggie, I've got something to say to you. And Ali says, Franco, when Georgescu came, he had one tagline: water, energy, food. Everybody laughed. Look now what's going on in the world. Lack of water, lack of energy. Yes. I didn't mind Georgescu. He's better than most of European leaders, with the exception of the other fella, Oban, and the Slovakia fella. I forget his name. Prince Harry lost his case against the Daily Mail along with the others yesterday, Phil. Yep. And he has to pay millions. That's why he's coming back, because he's making absolutely zilch over there in America. And if there's any medical thing, he'd be paying a lot of money over there, whereas he gets it all free. Everything will be free. Even his house will be free. Everything. He'll have servants for Meghan to shout at. Polo. Frank, do you think the old polytechnics should come back? Higher education seems to be full of woke socialists and plagiarists. The Polytech was great. I didn't teach there or anything, didn't go there, but yeah, I know a few lads and girls who went to the Poly. But I totally agree with you. Totally. Polo. Because you're right, the IRS seems to be full of woke socialists and plagiarists. Well, you've only got to look at that fella, haven't you? And you know that no one can say anything because of, and I'm not saying anything, if you know what I mean, about it, but he should be stripped of everything. Everything. He's a phony. He's a plagiarist. See, do you know when a film's made? And you get a franchise. Like, let's take that John Wick, for example. So you get a franchise. But that's okay. That's okay. You've got The Spy Who Came In From the Cold. The original film was brilliant. So you have remakes of films. They're all right. It's not plagiarism. Albeit they have different writers. They're going along the same route, the same path, with the same narrative of a storyline. John Wick, for example, it's all violence. I like it there, the Wick franchise, by the way. You had Jurassic Park. That was the same. That was the same. As I said, great films are family films and whatever. But plagiarism, it's like me. Now, just suppose someone found a manuscript belonging to Charles Dickens and said to me, do you want to make money? How? Just copy this and say you did it. But put it in modern day. Yeah, good idea, though. And then when it's published and everyone's applauding me and saying, I'm on the telly, in interviews. That was one of the great storylines, brilliantly written. Yeah, the way it is, You're going to write another one? I don't know. I might. See what I mean? And then all of a sudden, that fella who found the manuscript came out and said he plagiarized it. He stole a manuscript that I found belonging to Charles Dickens. So what should happen to me? Most probably get locked up for stealing an item and then be blacklisted, made a fool of. Everywhere, to be on the news, your face would be in the news all the time. Plagiarist for years to come. Even like grandchildren in the very near future will be talking about it. See that fella? Do you remember him? Well, he plagiarized Charles Dickens' manuscript that was found years later, 150 years later, something like that. See what I mean? And that's the way it is. But what will happen to him? Think about it. Think about it. And Maggie says, that booklet, Annoying, came out this week. Maggie, do me a favour. Just write in small print. Don't be trying to use caps, please. Okay, just write in small print. Okay. And the booklet that Maggie's talking about is behavioural in this country. And you'll know what it's about. I've never heard of it. Excuse me, I'm sorry about this. It's so itchy, just here. On my nostrils. But anyway, it's behaviour, and I'm not good. I haven't read it. It's only the first time I heard about it. It was here now. So you know what it's about. But I think I'm surmising what it's about. And it's about you and me behaving properly. I'm not going into detail. No way. I could get banned again. I'm on a warning, I don't know whether you're aware of that. So. And Donald Trump is not a nice man, says Stephen Coughlin. He's just a lunatic who's a dangerous man and a terrorist. America's the biggest terrorist state ever because it's there you start wars. The Strait of Hormuz, for example, was open to everybody without any fees. Come and go. So we started a war. So they had to stop the strait. And when he threatened them again, they said, okay, we'll open it, but you're going to pay a fee this time. So ships had to pay a fee. And he's saying, this is wrong. When I get that, he said, didn't he, when I open it, there'll just be a nominal fee. Because in the Panama Canal, this is why China does not like him. China started off the Panama Canal and he's demanding it back. And he also put a price figure to go through it when it was free under the Chinese. This is what kind of a fella and America have become. The bullies. You've only got to look at Maduro in a New York jail. That's shocking. He kidnapped the president of a sovereign state and his wife for trial on trumped up charges. The charges are full of lies about drugs being sent into America. He was smuggling it. What a fool he is. But he's a bully. He wants to take out Cuba. He wants to take over Greenland. But it won't stop there when I mention Iceland because he'll just go further and further across the tundra. Right over to the likes of Lapland. And who's in Lapland? Finland. And who's Finland next to? Russia. The Russians are going to stop. So you're right there, Stephen Coughlin. He is a terrorist. So is America a terrorist state. And Jamie, Monday will be sound, mate. No doubt. Looking forward to hearing more of you on these live chats once you're back. All the best, mate. All the best to you and your grandparents, Jamie, and your sister. Thank you, Phil. Just like and subscribe, please. I'll be grateful. I will. Most grateful. And Ali to stay Coughlin. To be honest, I don't think Trump have any choice to me. He is just a puppet like everybody else. Trump does make decisions, though. He could easily turn around and say no because he is the president. And if you believe that, remember the assassination plot? That was the biggest fabrication ever. Biggest fabrication. You know why, don't you? It was to get Iran, because who was blamed right away? Iran. What would they want to shoot him for? What would they want him dead for? Come on. It was a Mossad thing set up. Mossad. They're the real baddies. And Phil to Ali, it makes no difference who is president. Yep. Harry and Meg, a rubber boat. It's all to do. You can lend them yours. They'll soon get us out of the canal where it's stuck. It's put there to distract from the true problem. There are too many problems in the world today. And there's that stupid man, Zelensky, saying he's going to bomb all the airports with thousands of drones in Moscow. That'll be the last thing he'll do. Telling you now, if he attempts it. It's not Zelensky, It's NATO. NATO can't. If you think for 1 minute that the fighting the Ukrainians, not fighting NATO. You've got NATO can't defeat Russia. They can't. It's impossible. You've got the likes of, what's his name? Putin. And he knows the score. He knows the score. They've got Starlink up there now. Better, their satellite is better than Starlink. And he's just going in. And he's just taking Ukraine. He's not taking all Ukraine. He doesn't want all Ukraine. But he's going to take Odessa and Kiev, and that'll be the end of it then. He's already taken Odessa. It's landlocked now. Like, he hasn't gone in on boots on the ground. He's just blocked it off with his navy. So no ships can get in and out of without any goods. So there's no arms going through with ships to Odessa, to Zelensky. That's all stopped. All the grain that was coming out of the Ukraine through Odessa, the port of Odessa, that's all stopped. So the economy is going, bang. The economy is going. There's loads to do, really. But you've got America, encroaching everywhere. That NATO is America, by the way. Led by idiots. And they can't fight. It's proved. It's proved because they've been training Ukrainian soldiers for years, and once they went in, once they started a fight with Russia, and Ukraine is supposed to be winning the war. Von der Leyen said it today. They're winning the war. Ow. Ow. I've just said something there about Odessa and landlocked the whole of Ukraine. And they're getting defeated every day. They're dragging people off the streets. Did you hear about they dragged these fellas off the streets, sent them to Germany to be trained by the German army? Did you hear what happened? The majority of them was deserting to get away. They said, fuck that, we're not fucking going to the front line for you and anybody else. But the EU have told them, you know, if they get into any country in Europe, these deserters, send them back. That's disgusting, that. That's what you call complicity to murder, because that's what they're doing. They're being murdered at the front. These are ordinary fellas who they don't want to be in the army. They don't want to die. And now you've got that other arsehole who's living in America, don't know his name, saying what we should do now is just recruit women, like the model of the Israeli army, the IDF. Think about that, please. Please think about it. And I'm talking about drafting, not like, you know, a woman who wants to join the army, which they do all over the world. But if you don't want to join the army, if it's not in your blood to join the army or be an army head, no matter, you'll be drafted into it. And this is what this fella's saying, who lives in luxury in America. He used to be the foreign minister when the SMO started. That fella. It's shocking. Women, they'll be getting dragged off the streets. What if they've got children? Think about it. So anyway, that's it, you know. It's just sad. The Ukrainians, and they're always winning the war by, you know, according to the Western press. It's ridiculous. And as I said, von der Leyen only today came out and said Russia's winning the war. Where? Where did he win it? Please. It's lies so that people will, you know, countries will send money. Because if they came out and said they're losing the war badly, which they are, and I'm not just badly, but catastrophically, they're losing it. They won't send any money. They'll just say, well, it's a lost cause then. And that's why they keep saying it's the winning. It's absolutely ridiculous. I just noticed is live now on LFC. Everton versus Liverpool. Steamer Holland. I just noticed PL2 is live now on LFC TV. Everton versus Liverpool. PL2? What the fucking hell is PL2? What's that? Premier League 2? What is it? I don't understand, Steve. I really fucking don't, mate. PL2 live on LFC TV. Liverpool versus Everton. Is it an old match? I just don't understand. You know, if it's an old match, just say, oh, LFC TV are showing an old match, Liverpool and Everton. I'm doing this fucking thing here, not LFC TV. Fuck me. Steve, trying to fucking do a show, mate. Fucking. Ali says, back a few years ago, I saw a video with a guy from Saudi who showed his laptop at the camera. On the screen was the message September 2026. I think it was in 2022. We are close. I keep thinking about it. That's frightening, that. If it's, yeah, that's frightening, that. If something's going to happen in 2022, 6 September, next month. Oh, fuckers, I'm not going to go into Aussie. I might as well fucking stay here and enjoy it until, I'm doing nothing anyway, until September next month. But all doom and gloom, isn't it? Yeah, Polo, spot on. Jeffrey Archer. Spot on. And remember when he paid that prostitute at Euston Station? He gave it to, which was a lot of money then. $2,000. And they asked him, he said, I felt sorry. Well, how do you know it? I don't. Just felt sorry for it. They must. Well, we are fucking tick because nothing got done. It was a Mary. I always remember Ian Islop, and it was question time. And Ian Islop, he destroyed Mary, you know, his wife. Archer's wife, Mary Archer. Destroyed her, and she was not half embarrassed, and she couldn't get up and walk off. And Phil says, too many in the Western world have a liberal dogma. It is impossible to consider that they are wrong about anything. Yeah. You're taught it when you go to school. When I was a little infant, you're taught it then. And when you're a little junior, you're taught it then. And then you grow up into adult. I just wish I fucking knew nothing. I really do. But, as they say, ignorance is bliss. Fancy just not giving a toss, going out tonight, Friday night. Saying, I'm going out, see you later, turn around and go out. If you were single, that is. I'm not talking about married fellas. And just going out. Enjoying yourself. And someone will say to you, what you think about, oh, fuck off, I'm not interested. Enjoy myself. Wouldn't it be great to be like that? But we can't, because everybody's got something to say. Because of the TV. Albeit the TV is giving you wrong information. A load of bollocks they're giving you. Telling migrants to respect women. Oh, is that the booklet in the booklet? Well, it's really okay. Listen, I understand what you're saying. I'm not getting into it, unfortunately, because, as you know, the second-class citizens, it's alleged, right? They're really not telling them. It's telling you and me to be respectful. Don't say anything to them. Don't say anything about them or anything, or you could go to jail. There's a fella there, Greenstein. He was up for terrorism. He's a Jew. And because he supported Palestine, he's just had a 4-day trial. He's just got off today, found not guilty. Because you can't, support Palestine and genocide. So he got let off. He was facing a 14-year prison sentence for a couple of tweets on X. Just saying. He mentioned Hamas, and he was facing. He never support Hamas or anything like that, or telling anybody to support Hamas. But he got off anyway, after the 4-day trial. And do you think that's wrong? Yes. To be arrested, humiliated, and he's a Jew, by the way, and he's totally against what Israel's doing on the West Bank and in Gaza to those lovely people. Thanks, Maggie. And Bella, we'll miss you deeply, Frank. Our guide. Your teaching, you know what this is, don't you? It's a poem. We'll miss you deeply, Frank, our guide. Your teachings illuminate our way. Go face your healing with quiet pride while we await the joyful day when the King of YouTube returns to his throne. Lovely. Thank you for that, Bella. I do really appreciate it, you know, because it's worrying for me. What I had to do on Thursday, really, Wednesday or Thursday, I don't know what bloody day, it stressed me out, something terrible. You know, took me over an hour just to fill in this consent thing online. And the risks are horrendous. But I'm getting it done anyway because I'm just useless here. Sitting here, can't do anything. And Ali says the only US president who wanted to be himself, spot on, JFK. Absolutely. That's why they killed him. Mossad. Backed by the CIA. And Phil says, Frank, I don't want it, but the people driving the breakup of Iran and Russia to checkmate China are not going to give up. Now, I understand that. But China, they've got the leverage over everyone. Why do you think? Why do you think they provoked Russia? And I'm talking America here. Provoked Russia into going into Ukraine because they wanted to bomb and go into Iran because they're in BRICS. They're in BRICS. Iran is in BRICS, and they said we can't afford to have Russia, backing them because they're at war now. And they're also at war in Africa. Did you know that? Did you know that? Because the Africans called them in. So Russia are also in Africa. It's shocking what they're doing to Russia. So scary. Franco, when you asked who's in that plant, I couldn't help myself and shouted Santa. I should have rephrased that, shouldn't I? To be honest, Toscana. And Phil says, Frank Putin trolled Trump. Yeah, he did, by presenting him with a huge painting of the fight scene. Yes. Yes. See, don't me too. About Santa. Oh, lovely Bella's leaving us. Buonanotte, Franco. Sorry, I got to go. No, Bella. Oh, Bella. Have a good weekend, Bella, sweetheart. Please, have a good weekend. Do you know, I'd love to get a cheese grater and just go straight across me fucking nose, honest. Snap it. I know what it is, by the way. I suffer from a condition. And, if I get stressed out, it comes out on me. And I itch. It's horrible. But I itch here. Nostrils there. Mad it is. You know that horrible itch. And the Polo says that's a CIA war versus, yes, of course. Well, like 2014, coup d'etat, got rid of the legitimate president to throw in the puppets. That's there now today in Ukraine. That was the provocation. Because Putin had been asking for years to stop the slaughter of Russian-speaking people in Ukraine by the Azovs, the Nazis, the Banderites. And they wouldn't. They wouldn't stop it. So they knew that Russia would go in. Once they went in, the next on the cards was Iran. All planned. And that was all planned by Wesley Clark in 1999 to go into Iran, the last country. Everyone else has gone. They destabilised the Middle East, as you know, Polo, to destabilise Europe with the migrants, the millions of them that's gone into Europe because they wanted America, I'm talking about, to destabilise Europe and to take all their industrial thing over to America. And it's working. There are things that, are moving in every country, including here, to America. And you're not finding out who they are. Bang on there, Polo. Putin says many times, says Ali, if Russian sovereignty will be attacked, we will use nukes. Yeah. And they have around 6,000 that gave that number to the press. China own all Africa. China is with Russia. NATO is not 0. You're right. Good grief, I don't know what to do here. It's really bad, you know. Oh, this itch. That Chinese GPS system, Baidu, is unbelievable accuracy. That's why Iran are hitting US bases. Desanitization, that's what the world should be afraid of, because Iran's threatened it all around the Middle East. That'll be the end of oil. And Trump is terrified. He's a dope. Just lies all the time, every day. Just lies. Take care, Bella, says the tea. Ali, yesterday Trump says that he is good friends with Kim Jong-un. I know. Because he knows that Guam will get bladdered by his ballistic missiles or a little nuclear weapon. And the same as South Korea as well. Because the bases down there in South Korea want them all out, you know. Did you know that? The Americans, and so does Japan. Loads of murders in Japan. And it's by American soldiers. And they want them out. They want the American soldiers out of Japan and South Korea, believe it or not. And Ali, everything is messed up in the world. Did I read the other one there? Yeah, sorry there. Yeah, and everything's messed up in the world. Look here, yeah, Kita, whatever it is. Just meet the ones who helped the immigrants to leave the boats where the uniforms, yeah. Well, that's who's starting us, isn't it? That's who's starting even in South America. They're wanting to, there's leaders in South America. Well, they're not leaders really. They're all in line to take over countries in South America because that's who they want. Like Mealy, for example. His name is I think his grandfather or his dad, I'm not quite so sure, Mealy's, is Milowski. You know, the same as Bibi. Netanyahu, whose real name is that. Think about that. And he's the president of Argentina. And America put him back in, didn't they? By offering $160 billion to the Argentine economy because it was going under because of all the corruption by that Mealy fella. Horrible man. And in the wings of Venezuela, you've got Mercado, the corrupted Nobel Prize winner. It's corrupt that, to put her in. She should never have got that Nobel Peace Prize because she begged Trump to bomb her own country. It's that, the bombing of a country means death to people. How can you get a peace prize for that? See how it is? See how it works? For a tiny little country in the Middle East, very tiny, and they're always at war, and they blame everybody else but themselves, killing people. Toscana. Bella, sorry to hear that. Take care. Oh, she's not well. This Bella. And Phil. Frank Zelensky will be disappearing, supposedly blown up. Retired to Israel. Well, he can't go. The Russians have said, we're going to get him. Then election in Ukraine will be corrupted to carry on the war with them. Of course. Yeah. Well, there's no one there because they're all in jail. 17 opposition. They're in jail. And they call it a democracy. The EU call it that Ukraine a democracy. And they've jailed all the opposition. Oh, what kind of fucking democracy is that? God blimey. I think Myra's leaving us. Oh, no, she's saying hello to you, man. Oh, lovely Myra. Still with us. Love her. Lovely Myra. And Johan, Alexei Reznikov thank you. The warmonger that wants mandatory service for women, similar to the IDF. Guess what? He's I don't know, all that. Michigan, who's already in Yermak. They're all signing yachts. Yermak. Don't forget he was at where am I? Yeah. Hey, Owen. Hi, Miley. Frank, I'm soon to go on holiday. Will not look at any news at all. That's what I always did, Phil. Honestly, I did not watch any news whatsoever. I didn't. And, especially the British newspapers. Nah. And the polo, you're spot on, Frank. That respect women booklet is to silence every citizen and it shouldn't have been written. And shouldn't be written in it. Yeah. It shouldn't have been written anyway. We know the score, did people think that was stupid? The ordinary citizens, these arseholes. Honestly, Polo. And Johan, have you heard that Vladimir Zhuravov, the Ukrainian scuba diver during the Nord Stream, was arrested in Croatia as he was a consultant in the Sean Penn anti-Russian propaganda film called Snake Island, Well, I remember when I just went off Sean Penn. I thought he is a great actor. And when he went over to Zelensky, him and that other fucking arsehole, what's his name? Ben Stiller. Well, Ben Stiller. Benjamin. Right, I just said, fuck this. And he lent him an Oscar, didn't he? He lent him an Oscar because he knew that Zelensky was an actor, saying the script right. And when you hear him saying about everything going on, it's all pantomime. It's all scripted for him. Thanks for that, Johan. Consultant. Can't make these things up, can you? And Phil says the Nord Stream blown up by some fellas and a woman on a sail. Yeah, as if. Yeah. The Americans did it. You'd have to be specialised in it. And there's, what's his name? What's his fucking name? Forget his name. The Poland Prime Minister, he's come out and said, well, it's not like anyone's fault who blew it up. It's Germany's fault for, having it there. What the fuck? You can't make this up. That's what he said. I don't know what happened there, boys. Sorry there. And the Polo says that respect booklet was written to silence the noise. Shouldn't have been written in Eritrean Afghan Pashto. They're not going to fucking take any notice of that anyway. And no one's going to do anything, even if they don't take any notice. Stay safe, Bella, and you'll never walk alone, says Stephen Cook. It's nice, that. That's nice. And Toscana says, do you think politicians and footballers will take the knee? No, I hope not, and I don't fucking want that. That's fucking terrible, that. And I will say it, I'll say it out loud. Taking the knee, what the fuck was that? That was an American thing, that. And they wanted everybody to do it for a fucking tug. And when you see the different angle of that Chauvin, he wasn't on his neck, he was on his back. And he died of a drug overdose. Why has it all been kept quiet? Because he swallowed a load of fucking drugs, George Floyd. And that's how he died. And see what they were afraid of was fucking riots, the usual riots. I was looking at a trial a couple of months ago, and a young lad was stabbed to death by a black lad. They're only 17 years of age. Stabbed him to death at a school meeting. And he was found guilty, and he was given 30 years or so. And they had a GoFundMe for his trial. And it raised like $600,000. And the parents bought a house and everything. Never bought a lawyer for the lad. The son. Well, he had the son. Bought a house. Bought new cars. And nothing for a lawyer. And he wants a retrial. He fucking done it. There was witnesses. Everything. He was on CCTV stabbing the lad. And they want a retrial. They want him off, you see. Doesn't happen. Just imagine if it was the other way around. Fucking hell. There'd be riots. Be not left. That was happening. If it was the other way around. Trying to get him off and Phil, I hope not. The other fella in America was a beast. In the White House. They're all beasts. All the presidents. Phil says, Frank, itchy nose, my wife says you will be vexed, kissed, or cursed. So it's either one of them three. I'm already cursed, so I don't mind the kisses though. And I'm already vexed. Because we've signed no players. So it's all three for me. And Toscana, to little Maggie Young. It's about time. The victim started suing politicians and all the loonies who want the illegals in the country. Can't argue with that. Oh, Myra. Frank, to relieve the itchy nose on the outside, apply a fragrance-free hypoallergenic moisturizer or a thin layer of petrol to protect the skin. Do you know what? I only gave it to our Francine. And it was a little jar still in the cellophane. And I only gave it to her a couple of weeks ago. Because I was looking for something and I found this and it was in the jar. And I went, so I have got that. And someone, it could have been you, you know, Myra, who said it a while back. When you mentioned petroleum jelly to protect the skin back. That's great, that. Thank you, Myra. I'll get that. I will get it. I'll have to buy more because I only gave it last week. Go, Myra. Frank, put a small dab of petroleum jelly or gentle lotion on the itchy spot to lock in the moisture. Freaking hell. Have I got anything here? No. But I'll get that petroleum jelly. Oh, well, that's why he had it. You must have said it to me a while back. Because I don't buy things like that. And I'm wondering where I had that. It's still in the cellophane. And I said to Francine, I said, do you want this? She said, yeah, Dad. Just the other week. And Ali says, I saw a video with the South Korean president who asked Xi Jinping from China to be the guardian of both Koreas. Now America's trying to make Japan jump on China exactly how Ukrainians do with Romania. But Putin said to Romania, once this war's over, you can take your land back, and to Hungary, and to Poland. So there'll be nothing left really of which they will. They'll take it back. And I'm not just saying they'll take it back next week or the week after the war's over, but it will go back and there'll be no Ukraine left. And Ali says nothing is random. Now the earthquakes hit all of South America. Why? Because American constructors need to build there. Who cares about the life lost animal? Yeah. Lost animals, only money. That's everything for them. I think they've got a weather machine, the Americans. That's why there's all this nonsense and earthquakes and fucking volcanoes going on. I was watching the other night, Etna in Sicily, going off. The mic companies recorded record profits yet again, says Phil. Did they go after? Franco, is this the last live till the operation? I'm doing a watch along on Sunday. The match, so I'll be doing a pre-match, which will be about 3:15, and a post-match after it. So that'll be the last one then. See, I'm itching now. Itching the head. So you've got me till then. What's your long shot, he says, and Johan's in the Vladivostok. Vladivostok. And Phil says Stubbs is an absolute rooster. Have I gone? Oh, do you know what? I've gone past it again, haven't I? I fucking always do this. I've done it, haven't I? Why done it? I've gone fucking fast. I'm sorry about this, boys and girls. That's it, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, what's it there? And Phil says a certain group of sex offenders on the non-swing believe they have nothing wrong. They've done nothing wrong, can't disclose source. A certain group of sex offenders on the non-swing believe they have done nothing wrong. I've done nothing wrong. Can't disclose source. Few people know that the Snake Islands was Romania, but Ukraine stole it from us when they were in the USSR. But when I first started the SMO, Ukraine was taking it, and they was just sending shells over, weren't they, the Russians, to get them off. So they don't do it anymore. Yes, I knew what you meant, done nothing. Thanks, Johan, says Ali did. Cheers, Ali. Stubbs is an absolute blade. Who's Stubbs? Stoob, you mean? Yeah, Stoob, he's a fucking fool. Absolute fool, him. And he brought NATO into his country. They've been trading with Finland forevermore. And they bring NATO in, and that's the end. Obviously, he's been threatened or given money, then being bribed. Definitely. Stoob. Frank just finished a neat old mess with dessert. Delicious. I'm having my mandarins. Gonna have a sausage sandwich when I finish here. Myra, Phil, I just waiting for you to learn your pudding. Oh, fucking hell. What's the matter with you? I only had a double decker. Well, don't eat any Kit Kats. You know what happened to me, don't you? And it's going to cost me a lot of money to get fixed. Our lovely little Maggie's got. I'm off now. I'm tired and aching. Take care, everyone. Hope all goes. Thank you, Maggie. She's tired of us, she say. Look, she said, I'm tired and aching of you lot. That's what she means. Doesn't mean anything else. Tired of you lot and me. I'll be finishing soon anyway. I didn't realise the time. Sorry, freak waves, is the woodmaster. That's what you need, a freak wave. Or a helicopter. Or Superman to pick it up. Is ice just water going through a hard time? Do you know what? I thought he meant ice in America. They're fucking they're awful, them, that lot. No, Frank, says Ali. There are no Romanians who lead Romania now. Nobody cares. If Zelensky will last for half of Romania and 5 million soldiers, they will send fast modern slavery of bought politicians. Hang on a sec. Hang on. I got a message off someone. I'll answer them later because I've already got me reading glasses, me distant glasses on, so I can't read small print. Anyway. No, Zelensky will be no more. And Putin said to, both Romania, Hungary, and Poland, you can have the land back. And they will. I'm telling you now, they will. They'll take it back. Because it's your land. No one else's. We're busy. Good evening, greetings from Heathrow Airport area of West London. Frank, hello there. How are busy? Frank, no one swore tonight, and our busy comes on and says, Frank, we're going to win the fucking league or what? We going to win the... I'd love us to, but I can't see it, I'm being honest there. Our busy lad. Frank, who actually owns the Falklands, us or the Argies? Well, it's called the Malvinas, and it's Argentina who owns it. I'm sorry about this itch. I really am. So fucking annoying, you know. And I never had it, as it says, when I get stressed out, and I'm totally stressed. And it came up being all right, haven't I? I haven't been. Give up. So yeah, our busy. They really own it. It's their land. It's like us in the Isle of Man, or the Isle of Wight, or Anglesey. Wales own Anglesey, by the way. Wales War One, League of Nations. Wales War Two, United Nations. Yes, says our busy. Spot on. United Nations are not worth the carrot. Unfortunately. Retaking the knee. I couldn't agree more. All the riots and the toppling of the statues, it was embarrassing to watch the footballers acting like sheep, says Toscana. There was one lad, there was a black lad who played for Crystal Palace, Zar something. And he was just standing there, he wouldn't fucking take. He wouldn't take the knee. No, you know, they've got us on the thing. Oh, they said there'll always be racism. No matter what. And it's fucking made things worse, if you ask me. Taking the knee. People are going fucking mad. They were going mad then. And Maggie says, cheeky, me, cheeky, me. Little old mate, cheeky, being cheeky to Maggie. All right, Mag. It was a cringeworthy, says, of course it was. And Stephen says, good night, God bless Frank and the chatters. See you Sunday for the game. So peace and love and unity. Isn't that lovely? From Stephen Koch. Cheers, stay, mate. That's nice from Phil. I'll be leaving you in a moment. Franco, when you're back from hospital, says the lovely Toscana, I'll send you a jar of tallow and raw honey face balm. I use it on my son. Oh, it's good stuff. It's unscented, all natural, made in Scotland. Yeah, that sounds good, that. Come down and see me when you get time, Toscana. Mind you, you're going to Lucan, aren't you? With your bad knee. And Myra, our lovely Myra's leaving us. Lisa, Frank and friends, Myra. See you later, eh? You look after yourself, sweetheart. Lovely little Myra. And Phil, Frank, North Korean troops supposed to be in the fighting now, getting in real life training and using their missiles. They're only little, but seem to. Yeah, I've seen them. I've seen the coordination of them. Oh, incredible. You know, their marching thing. Like the Chinese, I think the Chinese, I watched their parade. Okay, now. Incredible to see Trump's happy one day. And Phil, bye, good night, buddy. And Ali to Tosca, well said. Lovely. So I'll finish here, boys and girls. World War II. No, World War III. One nation. Yes. Yes. No, busy. Itchy nose means too much cocaine, Frank. Too much cocaine. Take care, legends. Smash the likes on the way out if you haven't already. Good luck against them, Geordies. See you all on Sunday. Take care, legends. And Frank, listen to Myra about the patrol. Yes, and Toscana. And lovely Tosk. But yeah, I'll have to get that. The next shopping I'm due. Aren't that lovely? I saw Gates said that at the next pandemic, more than 1 billion will die from lack of water till 2027. Nothing is random. They want us out of the game, their game. Maybe that's what this September, when someone held up a thing and it said September 2026, and that was in 2022. So we'll see what's going on, eh? And Phil, Frank, in your case, an itchy nose means you need a sausage sandwich and a cup of tea. Yes, I'm afraid it does. Excuse me. Listen, I'm going to go. Thanks for keeping me calm. Been great tonight. I never got through, as usual, what I wanted to get through. Going on about everything, but at least we got through something. And I'll see some of you, I'm sure, on Sunday. And I'll let you know how me itchy nose is. And the tea. Cheers, Frank. Nice all. Says the tea. God blimey. Right. And Phil. Thanks for the good show and chatters. That nice. And Ali. Good night, all. Good night, Ali. To our wonderful ladies who's been commenting, thank you so much, girls. Really being here. You're all lovely, lovely people. Especially little Maggie who calls me cheeky. It'll be like Cheeky Frank from now on, more Cheeky Frank. And to our lovely Italian ladies, mille grazie, buonasera or buonanotte, ci vediamo domenica per calcio. Oh, that's great. Got painting serious services. Yes. That's great, that, Phil. Absolutely, mate. Serious services, yes. Don't forget to sing the cheerio before you eat, yeah. Think of it there. It's good that though, isn't it? You don't want to see that, do you? You don't want to see the Carlyle smile like that. So I know the cheery in there. It's mad, isn't it? And it's not vanity, but it could be, though, couldn't it? Vanity. Fucking Kit Kats. Francine. Oh, fucking girl. Anyway, I'm going to say good night. Thank you, Johan. Oh, dear. I'm going to go. See you later. Going to get me sausage sandwich. And see you on Sunday. Some of you. Thank you. Good night, everybody. Good night.